Hi guys, welcome to the kitchen, you guys. Here we go again. It is what night is it? Saturday night. So I'm gonna start where we finished last time. I gotta tell you guys, I am just overwhelmed by the response that this piece has gotten. It was really simple, guys. It really was. And we're gonna do another one, not tonight, but in the near future, we are going to do another one. So just to let you know, this has dried well. It's really hard for you guys to see. This section here, I didn't dump enough of the white base off. The green paint right out of the can or right out of the bottle, the pink, everything has dried perfectly. Right here is a tiny bit thick. It's going to take a while to cure. And I generally let my paints, look at that dirty finger. I generally let my paintings dry for at least 2, 3, if not longer before I resin them. So once I put resin on this, you're not going to see that. This irregular surface that's only in this corner right here, that'll be completely gone, totally gone. So that's that one. So thank you so much for your response to this piece, guys. Like I said, we will do one in the very near future, but not tonight. Okay, we're going to put that one to bed. And then just a super quick show you. I don't know if you guys remember this tile or not. So this has now been resined. I spent the better part of my days off resining and getting a bunch of stuff sort of caught up. So the back of this one I have covered with red felt. I didn't do a very good job at cutting it, so it's coming off. But just to show you a little bit of red felt. This is a D ring. I glue it on. It has never fallen off the wall yet. I've had no problems with them whatsoever. So you know what? I paint out my edges and that's it. That's how easy that is to finish our tiles. You don't have to get fancy. This one's for my friend Kai. And yeah, same thing, red on the back, D-ring. I'm not really happy with my felt work tonight. I'm kind of tired and just kind of in a punky mood. So it's going to get torn off and going to be done better. But that's how easy that is. Beautiful finish. Gorgeous finish. All right, you guys, let's do this. Let's paint. So I'm stuck on transfer blooms, you guys. I really like the blooms, and I don't know, I don't like them just as is anymore. I'm kind of over that, and as beautiful as they are, I can only do so many blooms. So I'm into the transfer blooms right now. I was on my little bender with transfer swipes. Now I'm into transfer blooms. So here are my colors. So we are going to put a puddle down on this tile, just a small puddle, because we're going to pick it up. We're going to move it to the other tile. Glidden Essentials. And I put about 25% of my pouring medium into it just to thicken it up for the base for my swipe only. The base for the tile that we transfer it to will be just plain Glidden Essentials right out of the can, or Easy Flow by Canadian Tire. But I think tonight we're going to go with Glidden. All right, you guys, here are my colors for my bloom. So this is the Atelier Blue Black. My head's not in the middle of this. And we're not going to be looking for composition for blooms. We're just going to look for a color puddle with some pretty colors in it. Okay, this is TLP Glisten. Okay, this is the same lime from the dollar store. It's not actually called lime. It's called, I believe, Tropical Green. This is just mixed with my pouring medium. These are the bottles, guys. It has no name. It's just called acrylic. The paint for crafters. So Tropical Green, and this is the bright pink that we had in that other piece, and I don't know where my neon orange is. Cheapy cheap, $1.50, you guys. Cheap. All right, lime green. And then I have a bunch of kind of oddity colors. Okay, this one is a little bit of Amsterdam white mixed with Deco Art white satin enamel, just for fun. And this is Jacquard. This is Solar Gold. Solar Gold, and this is TLP in Shimmer. We're going to go a little bit more green on the top again, and then we're going to do, let's do Black Cell Mix. And then we'll blow it out. Okay, Black Cell Mix. All right, you guys. Ignore my hair. Ignore the fact that I'm painting in my work clothes. Here we go. All right. We are just going to let this work its magic for a couple seconds. And then we're going to pick it all up and we're going to put it down onto same size tile, just a different one. A different tile. Look at those colors coming up. Okay. I was gonna share something, an amazing story with you guys, and I can't be life of me remember what it was now. All right, well, I don't know. Let's put this away for a minute. We're just gonna tuck it over here. And then we are going to flood a new tile with some plain white paint. Again, ignore the can, Glidden Premium, right out of the can. I've had this paint for about 3 weeks and it's just finally starting to work now for me. Now that it's almost gone and I've battled and struggled and had bubbles and hated it, now it's starting to work where it's bubble free. But that's been at least 3 weeks sitting on the floor. So everybody that does this does it different. I prefer to have minimal base down so that when I spin my transfer, I don't lose all of it. I want my transfer to stay. So the base, getting the right amount of base is really, really challenging for this because I have to keep enough base to be able to spin, but I don't want so much that I have to spin off my bloom. So yeah, this is definitely my biggest challenge. You can always add more to the corner if it doesn't quite touch, but for now, I'm going to tip off any of the excess, really. I'm hoping that I didn't plop too much down. I think I'm okay. I'm finally starting to sort of see how much paint I'm required to kind of cover a surface. So my wasting of paint is getting less and less all the time, and I'm happy about that because I don't particularly care for the paint that I scrape off. I find it's really hard to get the bubbles out sometimes, and I do it. Sometimes I use it for different styles of pours. All right. Okay, so there is our white tile that we are going to transfer our bloom onto. Paper towel. Oh, I know what I was going to share. Transfer tools. You guys, I'm super, super, uber cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. I tell you that all the time. I'm serious. I am really cheap. And if I can problem solve my way through anything and not cost me anything, that is always what I do. So, you know what? You do not have to get all fancy. Not at all. This is the top. Great value. Gummy worms, my favorite. Okay, from Walmart, my favorite. And that's all I did. I took the top of the gummy worm container, I cut it. So I have a whole bunch of them in varying sizes and varying containers. This one is like a deli container. It's perfect. It makes little walls so you can keep your paint in. I use playing cards. yeah, don't get all wound up. You know what? I do it with this thing. This is also from the dollar store. It's just a putty knife. Like, it doesn't have to be a specific tool. It just has to be what works for you. And I definitely encourage you guys to try a bunch of different things, because sometimes it's just the way it feels in your hand, why it works one time and not the other. All right. We're going to pick this up. So I'm just sliding it underneath gently. And I'm just going to let the paint slide on and run down. I don't usually pick up the whole bloom, but that's what I'm doing tonight. All right. And then we're just going to put this down. So this isn't going to be super interesting because we're doing white on white. I try to put my background slightly different color, but I didn't do that tonight. So it's all in the hand movements and just the way you move your paint that will create your shapes. That one's a little bit funky and maybe a bit weird, somewhat like me. So let's just tip this because it is already pretty interesting. We don't always have to have everything covered, you guys. I don't ever have everything covered. I really, really make negative space, as most of you know. I do like compositions that are a little bit different, maybe a little bit, I'm just going to say it, weird to some. That's just me. That is just me. All right, so I don't have enough puddle to add anymore, so I either have to create a new puddle, but I think I'm going to give this a bit of a spin first, gently, because it will really, really stretch out. Doesn't look like a bloom anymore, you guys. So I think we're going to pull it. We're just going to drag it down. All right, well, I'm just going to keep moving this. Compositionally, it's not my favorite, but we can definitely lose some paint and stretch it out and change it. I like all these fun little bits up here. I love the cells that I'm in the process of pulling off, but it was a little bit heavy for me on one end, that end. I'm going to take it right off to that white splotch there. All right, you guys. So it's not, like I said, it's not compositionally, it's not my favorite. And we could add some to it, or we could put some lines in it and give it a big spin, or we could just leave it alone. This is pretty fun. Okay, let's add. Worst case scenario, we wreck it. So we have lots of pillow. So I don't know how I'm going to do this so you guys can see, but we're going to go through the same process. Oh goodness. So a little petal. Maybe we'll just green, not green, blue, blue, black, atelier. Gold. Let's do a little bit of the white with the satin enamel, and then we'll do more blue, and we'll do white cell mix. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I got to put this down, guys. I can't hold it with one hand. Okay, white cell mix. I'm just going to blop it on my bloom like always. I'm going to blow it out, and then we're going to pick it up. And so I'm going to lose you for a second, guys, because I don't have enough space. Hang on. All right. Here's our new bloom. We'll give this a second. And then we're going to put some more paint on this. It probably doesn't need it, but we're going to do it anyway. Same process, guys. Just let it slide gently down your tool that you're using. Okay, I'm going to come back in here and try to catch that white that I just dribbled. I didn't dribble it. Okay, I'm going to spin it, guys. About this, I like this part. I don't like that part. What to do, you guys? Oh, there's no point in adding more. All right, let's just keep farting around. Yes, there's that term, farting around. I probably say that quite a bit. And somebody brought it to my attention the other day on YouTube comments. And so now I hear myself. Every time I say it, I hear myself. And now I chuckle because I do say it quite frequently. Farting around. Yes. Let's just stand this right on end and get that paint off there. All right, well, you guys, I think we can do better. I do. I think we can do better. So we're going to scrape this to the middle. We're going to add some more base, but first we're going to build a new puddle. Yes, we are. I'm just going to put that on there. All right. White puddle. Blue, black. Let's just take this off so that I can put something down. Oh my goodness. It's like stuck like glue. Gold. White. Green out of the bottle, just because this threw everybody for such a loop. Right out of the bottle, you guys. Green or blue, black. Shimmer. White cell mix. Okay, we're gonna go white cell mix on the blue this time. Okay, that here. And my bloom. Whew. All right, put that away. Save it for later. All right, now we're getting really messy. Now we're doing it, you guys. We're doing it. Same thing, right out of the can. So this is what happens when I say I hate wasting. Now I have a ton of paint on here, which is all going to get scraped into a cup and saved for later. And I'm not going to keep a lot of paint on again because of the same reason. I don't want to spin it. I don't want to have paint everywhere, for one. All right, guys. Oh, let's get some off of here. I'm probably not going to be able to save this because I forgot I hadn't scraped my mat. So of course now that I've got wet paint on top of it, it's all peeling. All right. I'm not going to go to all the effort of straining this. It looks like a huge amount of paint, I know, but it really wasn't that bad. All right. Super quick little tidy up here. Okay, I'm going to put my biggie scoop, my biggest scoop over there, and I think I'm just going to do it with my putty knife, actually. Putty knife, nothing fancy. Okay, there's my bloom puddle. Oh, I had to get my glasses down to see, and I have paint on my hands, so that's why I wind up with paint on my glasses. All right, guys, same thing. Pick up. And here we go. Once again. Pick up. Okay, that's better. I could tell already. Okay, I gotta put my glasses down, take my glove off so I don't have all my glasses covered. Okay, that's definitely more of a me composition. There's a little glob of something in there that we have to get rid of right away. I don't even have a toothpick. Okay guys, little spin, just a gentle spin. Look at this corner. So at this point I kind of look at it and try to figure out what I really like and what I don't care if I lose, because I still know that I have to get rid of a little bit of paint, and this is quite cool and this is cool. That's all right, but it's not like, oh, look at that, that's amazing. It's just okay. So we're gonna lose that, and I still, on my bloom tile, I still have a really pretty section of this bluey green with the white lacing, and so we're gonna stretch some of that off that way, and then we're gonna maybe add a tiny bit of that pretty blue and white down here. Okay, we're gonna stop right there. And then I'm gonna pick up this little bit here that has the same pretty blue. And we're going to come in on this corner. And I'm probably going to wish I didn't do that. Let's just get rid of it. I already wish I didn't do it. Never mind, we can fix it. So I'm going to pour my paint just directly above that piece that we took off so that it hides the green. A normal person would probably do this with one of your fat popsicle sticks, but yeah, what can I say? All right, that's probably enough. This would be super fun to modify, you guys. I can see so many cool things. Oh, I don't know. All right. A little bit more delicate approach than my bucket. You know what, you guys, I might just stop right here. I thought about making some little lines, but I'm not sure that I want to. Let's just stretch it out a little bit more. See, now I want to get rid of that little blurb. And then I might be happy, you guys. Maybe. So insignificant, and it would probably bother no one but me. But I'm painting and I'm allowed to have it bother me. Okay, so you don't ever have to settle for what you've poured, you guys. You can add, you can take away, you can modify, you can do all kinds of things just to kind of make it just feel right. You know, sometimes I look at something just as insignificant as that blob, and it probably wouldn't have bothered anybody, seriously, but it was driving me nuts. So, you know what? Play with it. Make it feel right to you. It's super, super important. I have a bunch of little blue dots in here, which I don't really like, but they're pretty easy hide. All right, guys, I'm going to quit right here. Thank you so much for hanging with me in the kitchen tonight, listening to my stories, seeing my pieces. Thank you all so very much for just such an overwhelming response to the bloom pour. We will definitely do another bloom really, really soon. Blooms aren't really my thing. I really like these swipey transfers. I like all these beautiful variations of colors. And sometimes I can kind of get into a bit of like, almost like a really evil, gnarly look. I'll show you. This was my last night's tomfoolery. Look at this. It's still drying. But yeah, it's dark and yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. Enough, you guys. Enough. All right, my friends. Pour happy. Stay safe. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me in the kitchen tonight. You guys are awesome. We'll talk really soon, guys. Cheapy, dollar store paint, right out of the bottle. Right out of the bottle. They don't all work. I know a whole bunch of people have asked about it. I hate Craft Smart paint. It comes from a reputable art supply store like Michael's or whatever. I can't stand the stuff. So it's really up to you. I've tried these in many different pours. I don't know if they would work on a huge big canvas. I think probably the biggest I've done is like 16 by 16, but I do use them quite frequently. They're fine. And you know what? It's really important for people to realize, if you're watching my channel, one, I'm cheap. Not that that's a bad thing. And two, you know what? You don't have to sell your firstborn child to be able to paint and be creative, you guys. You know, source out. I buy lots of paint off of Marketplace, off of Garage Sale, used Victoria. I buy lots of mist tints. Lots and lots of mist tints. And yeah, source out, because you can do all of these techniques with less expense if you just put a little bit of time into finding other products in other areas. Tiles, I got lots of my tiles at the Restore, the Habitat for Humanity. These ones were from Lowe's, but the last ones that I bought from Habitat cost me 25 cents a piece for tiles. The small ones are like 10 cents. All right, you guys. Pour happy, stay safe. Thank you for listening to me natter on tonight in my messy kitchen. You guys are awesome. All right, guys, if I can find my apple box, I can turn off my camera. There you go, up on the apple box. All right, guys, still coming up on Facebook very soon, and we shall talk later. Bye, guys.